Hi everyone. Today we're going to be talking about slope-intercept form, but in word problem form. So before we even begin, it's important to remember that slope-intercept form is in y equals mx plus b, with m being the slope and b being the y-intercept. Now that we remember that, let's get to our problem. Bob is a tutor. He charges a flat fee of $10 and $2 every hour. If Y represents the amount of money he makes and X represents the amount of hours, what equation will represent his business? How much money will he make if he tutored for 10 hours? So we are going to break this problem down. The first step that we're going to do is identify the slope. And slope is represented by m in our equation. So slope is going to be the number that is used more than once. So keywords to look for are words like per, every, and amount of time. So examples of this are like every day, every hour, every minute. Another example is a monthly or a daily fee. So something that occurs more than once. So taking a look at my problem, I see that he charges $2 every hour. So because it is $2 every hour is more than once. So I know that my slope is going to be $2. Now here's something to watch out for. In situations in which something is losing, like he owes money or he's in debt or something, that means that we have to have a negative slope. But because he's making the money, we're going to keep it positive. Now, step 2. Step 2 is to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the starting amount or the one-time only fee. So these words that can kind of point to where the y-intercept are words like flat fee, first time amount, starting price, starting amount, or just starting at a particular area. Looking at this problem, I see that he charges a flat fee of $10. You only pay that flat fee once. So since it's only a one-time purchase, I am going to say that my y-intercept is $10. An important situation in order to look for is if somebody is starting something below. So what I mean by that is if he was starting in debt, that would mean that I would need a negative $10 because it's below that zero price. Another thing to look for is like 5 meters underground. So something starting below will create that negative sign right there. Since he is making money in this case, again, it is going to be positive. My next step is step 3. And to do step 3, I'm going to plug in what I have into my slope-intercept equation. So my equation is going to be y equals 2x plus 10. I replace the 2 with the m, since I know that's my slope, and the 10 with my with my b, because that is the y-intercept. So I now have my equation for my problem. They asked me another question, is how much money will he make if he tutored for 10 hours? So to do this, I'm going to use the equation that I found. Looking back at the problem, I want to see what x and y represents. And it says right here, if y represents the amount of money he makes. So that's what that question is asking me, is how much money. So I don't know what y is. I'm just going to make that y. I know my slope is 2, so I'm going to keep that. But I also see that x represents the amount of hours. Looking at this problem, I see that he worked for 10 hours. So I'm going to take my 10 hours and replace it with x, because x is representing hours. And I'm going to keep my flat fee right there of $10. Before we go to solve the rest of this problem, keep in mind that y and x are not always the letters that are going to be used. Sometimes they use letters like A and B or C and L. It does not matter. So what we have to do is make sure that we have different, or know that different letters can go in this situation. Now, what we're going to do is finish the problem. 2 times 10 is right next to each other, so I know that I need to multiply those together. 2 times 10 is 20. And now I have 20 and 10 next to each other that's being added. So I'm going to add those together to get $30. And I have finished my problem. So keep this up, ask questions, and good luck.